Zoo staff separated multiple individuals from the troop, a decision made after intensive discussions among the team since last night. Today, we are bringing you a highly anticipated explainer. And look, we're going to approach this with the utmost focus and seriousness, because this is a monumental shift in the environment we've all been watching so closely.
Those exact words, by the way, they come straight from the Ichikawa City Zoo's official Saruyama response, which was released on August 16th. And we are delivering this to you literally word for word because in moments of significant change like this, clarity is absolutely everything.
Exactly. I mean, this isn't some internet rumor spreading like wildfire. This is the official documented reality of what's happening on the ground right now. And honestly, it requires a deeply honest examination from us.
But hey, before we dive too deep into what this all means, let's just take a quick second. I'm Alex, and I'm here with Sam, and if this is your first time joining us for one of these explainers, welcome to the Punch and Friends family. We are seriously so glad you're here.
Yeah, welcome in. We tackle complex topics about the animals we love, and we'd absolutely love for you to hit that join button and become an official part of the Punch and Friends team. Go ahead and drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and please leave a comment down below as we go through this. We really truly value this community, and we want you right here with us as we navigate these intense updates together.
Okay, let's get right into the heart of this explainer. The central question we're genuinely examining today is this. Was this separation the right call for Punch and, for the wider troop as a whole?
And here is our ironclad promise to you for this analysis. We are going to answer this by looking exclusively at the zoo's own official statements. No guessing, no wild theories. We're looking strictly at the exact words the zoo staff deliberately chose to share with the public. That's how we're going to understand their strategy and their intent.
Section 1. What we actually know. Sticking strictly to the confirmed facts. In emotionally charged situations involving animals we care so deeply about, it is incredibly easy to let our imaginations just run wild and fill in the blanks. That's exactly why sticking strictly to the confirmed facts is literally the most respectful thing we can do for the troop and for the professionals taking care of them. So let's lay out the exact timeline the zoo provided us. The official post states the decision was the result of discussions among staff that began on the night of August 15th. Then, by the morning of August 16th, actually before the zoo even opened its doors to the public, the separation was implemented. And where we sit right now currently is in an ongoing state of observation. And that rapid, yet super deliberate timeline, that tells us a whole lot, Alex. It shows that the zoo staff saw a situation that required immediate, hyper-focused intervention before the day even started. This wasn't just some casual morning coffee meeting. These were intensive overnight discussions. They took this seriously.
Right. And drilling down into the core facts of this timeline, we really have to note exactly what was, and maybe more importantly, what wasn't said. The zoo confirmed that multiple individuals were separated, but they didn't give us a specific number, and they definitely didn't give us names. They confirmed it was a troop-wide management response.
Now, pause here because this is a really crucial detail for our community. At absolutely no point in these official posts is this action stated as being specifically about Punch. While it's completely natural for us to view these events through the lens of the monkeys we follow the most, the zoo has framed this strictly as a macro-level decision for the overall Monkey Mountain.
All right, Section 2, a welfare-focused approach. The case for this was good. Knowing only those specific, hard facts we just outlined, let's build a fair and honest case for the positive side of this action. Let's look at the evidence that strongly points to this being a deeply thoughtful, welfare-focused approach by the institution. Now, what's really interesting here is the exact phrasing the zoo uses. They literally stated, quote, "The multiple individuals who separated from the group this time are by no means bad monkeys." Honestly, that is an incredibly compassionate, vital sentence.
It really is. I mean, in animal behavior management, it is so easy for the public to anthropomorphize, to assign human morality like good guys or bad guys to animals that are simply acting on pure instinct. By officially stating they're not bad monkeys, the zoo is making a clear professional distinction. They're managing animal behavior and social dynamics. They're not out here punishing villains. And that speaks volumes about their empathetic approach.
Furthermore, the zoo explicitly outlined a very deliberate methodology. Step 1, they committed to carefully managing the care of the separated individuals. So they aren't just locking them away behind a closed door and forgetting about them. They are actively ensuring their welfare.
Right. Step 2, they're using this isolation period to observe how the overall situation in the Monkey Mountain changes without them there.
And step 3, based on those exact observations, they'll consider if further responses are necessary. Look, this is a scientific, step-by-step observational protocol. It is completely the opposite of a permanent snap decision.
When we take all of that and put it together, the pro-welfare perspective is honestly very strong. The confirmed facts point to a deliberate, thoughtful protocol that's designed to manage the care for absolutely every single monkey involved.
Exactly. That means both the individuals who are moved behind the scenes and the broader troop remaining out on the mountain. It's really a textbook example of responsible, modern zoological management, trying to restore balance to what is a very complex social structure.
Section 3. The honest, open questions. Acknowledging the unknowns respectfully.
Because an honest examination means we have to look at the whole picture. Just as fairly as we built the case for this being a good, positive step, we absolutely must address the open questions. We have to respectfully acknowledge the unknowns, not as some kind of criticism of the zoo, but simply as a reality of what we just don't know yet.
The first massive open question is simply, how long? How long is this separation going to last? The official statements provide absolutely no confirmed timeline for this observation period. Will it be a few days just to let tempers cool off? Will it be weeks? And without a timeline, there is this inherent anxiety for anyone invested in the troop. And hey, that anxiety is completely valid. We just have to accept that the zoo is playing this day by day based on the hard data they gather.
And that leads us to the next incredibly complex variable. What happens to the separated monkey's social standing? Macaques' social structures are intensely intricate and hierarchical. It's like a giant puzzle. When you remove multiple individuals from a troop, a vacuum is instantly created.
Exactly. When those individuals are eventually reintroduced, whenever that is, they don't just seamlessly slide right back into their old roles like nothing happened. There is zero detail provided on how this isolation will impact their future dynamics, and it's a huge, huge unknown for the long-term stability of the group.
Finally, we gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room for our community. Does this specifically benefit Punch, or is it really just for the troop as a whole? Yeah, because the zoo framed this entirely as a troop-wide management response, we cannot definitively say how much this benefits Punch specifically. I mean, we can certainly hope it improves the situation, absolutely, but the official words tell us this was about the, quote, overall situation in the mountain. It wasn't an intervention designed exclusively for one individual.
Section 4, weighing both sides, for Punch and for the other monkeys. So, let's pull all of this together. We have the confirmed facts showing a responsible intervention, and we have the undeniable unknowns regarding the long-term impact. We really need to weigh both sides thoughtfully here.
We're currently sitting in this sort of state of tension. On one hand, we have the immense relief of confirmed, welfare-minded care and observation. We know that professionals who care deeply about these animals took definitive action to address a rough situation. But on the other hand, we are faced with the reality of requiring immense patience. We basically just have to sit tight and wait for future updates and outcomes that might take a really long time to fully materialize.
So when we ask if this was the right call, the most honest answer we can give, based solely on the official text, is this. It appears to be a highly proactive, carefully considered decision aimed at the well-being of the entire troop. But only time is going to tell the full story. We have to respect the zoo's process, support their commitment to not villainizing any of the monkeys, and just wait for the results of their observation period.
Section 5, Final Thoughts. Join the Punch and Friends discussion. I want to sincerely thank the Punch and Friends team for joining us for an explainer that was, a little more reflective and grounded today. These moments of structural change in the troop, they're intense, and navigating them with a real commitment to the facts is just so important. Absolutely. If you appreciated this honest look, please remember to like this explainer, subscribe to the channel, and hit join to become a core member of our community. But now we are turning it over to you. We've laid out exactly what the zoo said, the careful steps they've taken, and the big unknowns that still remain up in the air.
So I want to hear your genuine opinions in the comments below, based strictly on the facts we just went through. Given everything we've examined today, was this the right call? Let's get a really respectful discussion going down there.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time for more updates.